You already knew we'd be back for more. Hello, my name is Gallade, and welcome to the IBL Season 11. The Carolina Toros Heels are back with a brand new strategy to win. Here's the plan. First of all, the Tera Water Urshifu Rapid. There's very little to say of here besides, I firmly believe Tera Urshifu is the superior panda bear. Do not at me! And for those familiar with my PWC exploits, this was the same strategy I used to win the Pokémon Grand Prix in their name. Good times! Next up, the Latinas are here, mostly to provide some nice, very useful bulk to Urshifu. Now, unfortunately, this can't really be used as a defensive core due to the fact that Urshifu is going to be Tera like 90 times out of 10. But oh, well. Next up, the classic! Cinderace has returned after helping us secure multiple playoffs runs and championship in Season 9 of IBL. Oh yeah, it's back for more. It does what it did back then, and more. Next up for something new, Mochi! This thing is here to be a problem child. Also a good physical wall and T-Spike's absorber, though sadly it cannot set them itself. But it has Ghost, Poison, and Recover, plus Parting Shot. It has everything it needs to be the most annoying wall in existence. Next up, Big Hippo is back. Well, not back. You might say it's necessary to have two physical walls, but you'd be surprised how good Petron and Hippowdon can be on special sides of things, respectively. Not only that, I do plan to play an offensive game with this team, if you couldn't tell by Urshifu and Cinderace, so Sand constantly chipping down my opponents / wearing off their leftovers will be a huge help long term. Next up, our second Tera captain, and yeah, Tera Mega is back. If you were familiar with the older days of this channel's Wi-Fi, which was 2 years ago, oh my god, you already know what Tera Mega does. It just punches everything in the jaw. Even better, Brendan's playing in this league, so I get to use this on him again. It's like DDL never died. Next up, the Sand comes into play again after 2 minutes. I don't know how long it's been for you guys, but Excadrill is back. So Excadrill, well, you see a Powdon in the corner, so you already know what Excadrill does. Not to mention, even on its own, it does perfectly fine without Sand, and it's a very useful Rapid Spinner, meaning we don't have to rely on Cinderace for once. Next up, the Uberon, a wall that actually can be used specially, because Latias would prefer to go mixing of a attacker and defender, and Petron and Hippowdon are mostly physical walls, so something I can dedicate to special walling is nice to have around. Next up, Trapinch. But now, he's on our side, and he will not be trolling us. Au contraire, my friends. It is here to troll the enemy team. And, yeah, my recent leagues, you know what this thing does. It just says, hey, nice plan you have there. Now you don't have it anymore. Next up, Glaceon is back. Sadly, not Tera, because our last mod had to be Tera. I wonder who it's going to be. But regardless, it can act as a decent tank, and Ice Stab is always insanely good to have. And finally, Reuniclus and Tera Eevee. It'll come up eventually! Just wait, I'm gonna whip out the Tera Orb, Tera Normal, Double-Edge Adaptability Eevee. It's gonna be deadly. As for Reuniclus itself, it acts as a government-mandated panic button. Remember when I used to do those? Being as it has Magic Guard and even Overcoat to protect itself from Sand, make it a very good complement to Hippowdon should it wish to go that route. And that is our team. I won't waste your time. Let's see what happens week 1.